Good morning, students. Have done the complete explanation of this chapter, and today we will be discussing the short answer questions of this chapter. And the first question of the short answer questions is: no work is said to be done while pushing a wall. Why is that so? The answer to this question will be: even though the man exerts force on the wall, lots of force he is exerting on the wall, but the wall does not move. And work is said to be done when we apply force and displacement is there. And since the displacement of the wall is zero, then the work done is also zero. In the case when there is no displacement or the displacement is zero, it is said no work is not done in that case. I will explain this answer with the help of a diagram also. In this picture you can see that a man is pushing a wall, so this wall is not moving from its place. Whereas in the second picture, if you see, a man is exerting the force on a wooden box, and this wooden box is moving in the direction of force applied. So here the displacement is seen in the box, in the position of the box. So in the second case the work is being done. So you can understand now. This next question is: where do we get energy from? The answer is: we get energy from the food we eat. The food which that are rich in carbohydrates and fats are called as energy giving foods. You all know that there are various categories of foods, and in these category of foods there are energy giving food, bodybuilding food, and protective foods. So carbohydrate and fats both come under the category of energy giving foods. Now, I will explain the carbohydrates, some examples of the carbohydrates, the food from which we get carbohydrate, and I will also explain the food which gives us food in which we have maximum fat and which gives us the maximum energy. Now, carbohydrate, as you can see in the picture also, that bread, potato, rice, jam, sweets and fruits, etc. They gives us lots of carbohydrate. Whereas some of the fruits also they gives us carbohydrate like banana, etc. They comes under the category of the energy giving food. And the now the next example I'll be showing you some examples of the food which contains lots of fat. Mostly all the dairy products, they have lots of fat in them. And butter, ghee, milk, and cheese, margarita, and even the mayonnaise you eat, they have lots and lots of fat in them. Now, after this, the next question is that how does need of energy depends on the work we do. See, you all know that we need energy to do any work. And if you don't have any energy to do work, then you won't be able to do that work. The energy we need, it depends on the work we are doing. For example, if we need more energy to run than to walk. See, when you are walking, you need less energy. But for running, because it needs lots of energy, so you need more energy for that. Whereas in the second example, as you can see, that we need more energy to climb stairs and then using an elevator. See, elevator is you are doing very less work in displacement is there, but yes, you are doing less work in climbing an elevator. Whereas climbing through stairs or going up by using the stairs needs a lot of energy, because lots of physical work you are doing there. So in any of the case where you are exerting yourself more, then you will be requiring more energy. Whereas the condition where you are not exerting yourself as much as the condition in which, like the previous one, then you will be requiring less energy. So work done is directly proportional to the energy required. Now here also you can see in the picture that a person, in the first picture she is walking very slowly, so she will be requiring very less energy, whereas in the second picture you can see that person who is exerting herself more, and so this is the reason why she will be requiring more energy. This is the reason why I am saying that work done is directly proportional to the energy required. The more work you do, the physical activity you do, you require more and more energy. That is why you can see the sportsmen, those who are physically doing more work, they need more nutritious and healthy diet, whereas the person who is sitting, they need very less energy. So it depends upon your work. Now, the next question is, how does energy change from one form to another? Give example. See, we all know this is the law of conservation of mass, that as the energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. The only thing which happens is that energy is always transformed from one form to another. Okay, example here we can give is like in hydroelectric dams. Okay, hydroelectric dams means the place from where the water is falling from a height to a lower position, to a lower place. In hydroelectric dam, the what is the transformation happening? The kinetic energy of the water is changing into the electrical energy. Okay, so this is the best example of how that energy, the one form of energy is changing to the another form. Now the next question after this is that write the difference between work and energy. Now what is the difference between work and what is the difference between energy? Work is the transferring of an amount of energy with the help of a force applied in the direction. As you saw in the previous picture also, when a person is applying a force in one direction and displacement is taking place, then the work is said to be done. And in the case of energy, if you see what is energy, energy is defined as the ability to push or pull. Whether we are pushing an object or we are pulling an object, we require energy to do that, and the exertion in a certain path or distance. So we are exerting the force, we are applying the energy, and the distance is being covered. Now after this, the next question is, how is a renewable source of energy different from non-renewable source of energy? In the case of renewable source, these sources are renewed or replenished by nature in a short span of time. For example, if you take the solar panels, they get charged in the daytime and we can use them in the night. And again in the next day, they get charged by the sun again. So they get renewed in a very short span of time. Whereas non-renewable sources of energy, these sources may not be replenished by nature or take a very long geological time to be formed again. See, if we see in the case of coal and petroleum, they take thousands and thousands of years to form again, and very high pressure and a very low temperature is required to for the formation of these. Often these are available continuously like solar energy, water energy. All the natural resources are free of cost and they are easily available. The resources are exhausted after the use of example fossils, etc. So here you can see that there is a major difference between the renewable and non-renewable sources. Here you can see that I will be teaching you something extra about work. How you can define the work, that work is being done, the amount of force applied on a body, and into we have to multiply that with the distance moved in the direction of the force. So when do you say that the work is done? The amount of force applied on a body and the distance covered by that body. When we multiply these two things, we get the total amount of work done. And what is the unit of, for example, the unit of weight is kilogram, so it is exactly same in the case of work. The SI unit of work is joule. Okay, and what is joule? Joule, as you can see that here we are multiplying two units. One is force, so force is measured in Newton meter, whereas the distance is measured in meters. Force is measured in Newton and the distance is measured in meters. So 1 joule is equals to 1 Newton meter. But you have to learn that the unit of the force, SI unit of the force is joule. And what is for work? Work is equals to the multiplication of force into displacement. Now the second thing I would like to explain is that energy is of two types. That is, first is the kinetic energy and second is the potential energy. Again, the SI unit of the energy is joule. You should know about it very clearly. The SI unit for work is joule. The SI unit for energy is also joule. So you have to learn both the units. Now talking about the kinetic energy and potential energy. Here I would like to give one example to all of you. And what is that example? Here in the picture you can see a person is standing at a height with wearing he has that skiing apparatus in his foot, and he is about to slide. So the point where he is standing, and he has that capacity that yes, he can slide from top to bottom. At that point of time when he is standing at the height, he has potential energy. Potential energy means he has stored energy, and when he starts moving, then that potential energy is changed into kinetic energy. Means when an object is moving or is in motion, then it is said to be the kinetic energy. Fine. After explanation of energy, you should also know that in nature, when we have the various different types of energies, so these energies are categorized into two main categories. First is the renewable sources of energy, and second is the non-renewable sources of energy. As I explained before in the question also, that renewable sources of energy are renewed or replenished by nature in a very short span of time, whereas if you can see, the non renewable sources are the sources of energy which do not replenish in a very short period of time, and nature takes a very long time to replenish them. Then these what are the renewable sources of energy? Renewable sources of energy are solar energy, water energy, wind energy, etc. Okay, whereas non renewable sources of energy, if you see, are petroleum, coal, and you can take the entire category of fossil fuels under the non renewable sources of energy. Renewable sources can be divided into continuous or flow. Okay, renewable sources, you can see there are they are continuous, means they get charged very continuously, they get renewed very continuously. Whereas when we talk about the non renewable resources, they are not recyclable. They are non recyclable because they cannot be moved or they cannot be renewed. Okay, once they are finished, they are finished. Then we have to use, or then we have to take the other the next amount of fuel to do our work. Whereas in the renewable source of energy, we get that same thing recharged again by the solar. For example, solar panels, they get recharged and we can use them again. Okay, So these were the question and answers of this chapter. And yes, if you have any queries or if you have any confusion regarding these question and answers, you can ask me to clear your doubts. Okay, goodbye for now, all of you.